What's up, witches? It's Luna here. I know it's been a long time since I've done like topical readings, and especially a long time since I've grabbed the Russian Roma deck. And the main reason for that is because I'm fucking exhausted, as are so many of us that are empaths and, energy workers and stuff. But today I find myself just so incredibly pissed off, and I needed to do something about it. So I grabbed my Russian Romas, and we're going to do a reading around the Texas Taliban. I have already cleared the deck and done a smoke cleanse with sage and a saltwater blessing. So the only thing I need to do now, whoops, I forgot to light my charcoal, is to invite people in and make an offering, and then program the deck, and then we're off. So hold on, let's let the charcoal get going while I open up my fresh water and invite in my guides and guardians, my allies and ancestors, my gods and goddesses. Particularly Kali Ma has been on my mind, and Green Tara, and I want to thank you for your presence here and just ask for clear information, very clear information that will help us all to move forward. And I offer fresh water, and I offer to you the fire of Azrael. And now I'm going to state the question, and then I'll just concentrate and shuffle. So I want to know about anything about the Texas Taliban, anything about this repressive women aren't human beings, so be vigilantes and report them for money law that has just passed, and where we're going from here. So any good, clear information on the front of the quote-unquote pro-lifers that are trying to destroy the lives of women. Hold on, let me get my candle out of the way. There we go. Please and thank you. Clear information about the GOP, the Texas Taliban, the law in Texas, the SCOTUS weighing in on this, everything around the issue. Please and thank you. Okay, now I'm going to focus and shuffle. All right, 7 times through. Here we go. And I don't have room for the whole tableau, so I will just keep bumping the rows up as I've done before. So we have Heart, Owl, Scale, Fox, and we have Fox immediately. I'm going to read the pictures as they come. So the first one. This is the period of influence is short. It's a symbol for deceit. You are being cunningly deceived. This could refer to your spouse cheating on you, your child using drugs and hiding it from you, your fellow employer taking credit for what you did, you being taken in by a business transaction that's dishonest. In all cases, the other person is doing it intentionally, knowing he or she is not being honest with you. The person might not intend to hurt you, but simply be caught up in the situation, blah, blah. So cheating, lying. See who is deceiving you and why. So behind this whole thing is deceit, obviously. The whole pro-life thing is nothing but a big fat lie, because they don't care about life. They don't care about women's lives. They don't care about children's lives. So that is the whole premise of this, is a big fat lie. Right on. Okay, now we have mice, horse, ship, and wood. Another match. Oh my God. This could be a long one. And we are right side up with this one as well. So that means clear, clear kind of unadulterated meanings. The period of influence is immediate. It's a symbol for physical health. So this is a healthcare issue for women. A good state of health. If you're worried about your health, you can stop worrying. Everything you're doing is contributing to your physical well-being. Sometimes people get this picture when they're involved in some kind of problem. It comes up to assure whatever worry they have, it's not affecting their health. All right, so the way, I have to be aware of the frame of the question, and the frame was, tell me about them. And so the truth is, their health is fine. They're not having to deal with it, and we know that with the GOP, the gropers, we know that they never feel empathy. They can never see the other side of a story until it happens to them personally. And also the truth of the matter, which is where the deception comes in, is the fact that all of these GOP people that are creating these laws and voting for them, their wives and daughters and sisters aren't at risk. They will find a way. They have money. They have money, and their people will get what they need. Just like Donald Trump, the brand new pro-lifer, had affairs and women that got abortions. So I would love to know how many pro-lifers have facilitated an abortion for the women that they know personally. So the big deception here is this isn't about babies at all. It's about the control of women. It's about removing women's bodily autonomy, which our laws have never recognized in the first place. So the firewood just says it doesn't affect them. They're in good health. Why? What? Me worry? Okay. Mountain, scythe, tree, and snake. No match there. We have letter, money, bouquet, and mountain. Okay, this is getting interesting. Because mountain, sorry, I'm dropping everything everywhere. Period of influence is immediate, and it's a symbol for danger. A treacherous enemy is trying to catch you. Be on guard. Beware of people around you. A coworker could be after your job, or your boss could be looking for an excuse to fire you. A burglar is casing your home. Okay, this is just the whole thing. Hold on. Never mind. This is, yes, everybody's going to be looking over their shoulders now because there are going to be malicious reports made. Malicious reports that aren't true because people are going to be trying real hard to cash in. People are going to be looking for a $10,000 bounty. And, if I can cause somebody that I don't like all kinds of trouble and heartache and horrible press exposure in the meantime, why not? I'm also looking at, because I've asked specifically about them, but, this is our problem. So we're all in this. Looking back to the firewood and the thing of good health, this is where if you live in Texas, I don't care if you're fertile or not, in a relationship or not, female or not, jump on Amazon and buy as many morning after kits as you can lay your hands on, and have them available, and let every young woman in your life that know that you have them available and will support them, or just supply it to unasked, just give them morning after kits so they can take care of their health. Okay, so mountains, danger. A treacherous enemy. We're not aware of people who mean to do us harm. Take a closer look at the people around you. So yeah, this is creating a seriously dangerous situation, making vigilantes out of ordinary citizens that have no business in anybody else's personal business. But it's also creating a dangerous situation because there's going to be a great uptick in suicide. Yeah, it hurts. I smile because it hurts so bad. All right, so we have sun, angel, horseshoe, and apple. We have child, dog, road, and sun. All right, lots of pictures. And looky, every one of them so far is right side up. Fascinating. Immediate to middle is the period of influence. It's a symbol for warmth and strength of character. Prosperity, flourishment, life's caress, happiness. Okay. Means you're at your best. In a wonderful phase, you're warm, beautiful, or handsome, understanding. Okay, means you're happy with yourself and using positive energy. You radiate health and vitality. Because you're happy, you have time and energy to look at others and make them feel good as well. This can also be time to take a course and learn a new skill. If the picture comes up when you're having difficulties, it's telling you to trust yourself. Be working on positive qualities and you'll master the situation. All right, so this is kind of a... if I take it on an intuitive level, this is the sun, this is a light, this is a spotlight, this is the harsh light of day. What this is doing is bringing this issue into the harsh light of day in no uncertain terms. It is really unmasking the pro-lifers and what their agenda really is. They are out to punish women. They're just out to punish. And, you know, if we can let other people make some money by punishing women, wow, what a win-win that is. I mean, it's just bringing things into the harsh light of day, which empowers us. When we know what the agenda is, we're empowered. I also think that the information needs to be put out in a large public way. I've not done research on this, on who is making money here, because this isn't the government. The government is not running this reporting site or facility. It's a private company somewhere. So that needs to be outed. That needs to be brought into the light of day. We have been given information here that is empowering. So let's take it like that. And then we have Moon, Cat, Castle, and Cavalier. Rooster, Heart, Lily's Cat. And look, it's right side up. Fascinating. And it's funny, I've gone 21, 31, 41. That absolutely means nothing. It's just, you know, interesting when patterns. And to me, that kind of shows a valid reading when you see, you know, big, beyond coincidence patterns showing up. Period of influence is short. It's a symbol for hidden danger. Someone will charm you with kindness, which you'll yield to. Somebody buttering you up, being charming, doesn't necessarily need a favor now. It doesn't warn of any danger. Enjoy the praise and charm. Be aware the person laying it on could have an alternate purpose. So this is kind of like a pre-manipulation, just somebody being nice and buttering you up for a reason. Okay, let's see. I'm going to read just the general meaning. Cat was first domesticated 2,600 years ago. Cats were sacred in Egypt. Bastet. Cats have not always been well liked. Yet even the cat has been domesticated. Okay, so cat. Yeah, and it says catty characteristics have been associated with female behavior. So cats, you know, versus dogs, have always been seen as female, feline, female. Dogs are sort of the masculine. That's been a stereotype forever. We now know that men love cats too, at least if they're men worth being around. So I'm still kind of struggling with this. They can be a symbol for a woman. They can talk about somebody that's just kind of sidling up to you and buttering you up, softening you up. Perhaps is this SCOTUS that's being talked about here, that they're just sort of going, okay, I'm thinking it is, that SCOTUS is like, no, we're not going to take this on. We're not going to, and a lot of people are going, you know, thank God, because some of these laws are being enacted in order to force the Supreme Court to revisit Roe v. Wade. So without revisiting it, Roe v. Wade stands. So, but this law in itself can be softening up everything for the next strike. That's what I'm going to take it as. And we have Pig, Fire, Owl, Cavalier, no match there. Now I have to move up. And we have ship, bridge, bouquet, knot. We have dagger, lady, bread, horse. We have mice, bear, money, fire. I'm glad that we're having a period here without a lot of pictures because this was going to be long. Road, book, dagger, star. Handshake, castle, birds, clover. All right, nothing there. If I missed it, give me a shout out down below. See if you can tell me what position the picture was in. I don't know if you can even tell from there. Book, snake, angel, knot. Okay, we have the knot. And this is influences life, and it's a symbol for family ties. Going that way, you will break the bonds that are entangling you. It's positive in that it tells you you'll be able to release yourself from bondage. This entanglement can be a relationship you're involved in. It doesn't say you'll break up, only that you'll break the bonds. Okay, so it's like a mental feeling of obligation is gone. You're your own worst enemy at times. You impose more obligations on yourself, set more deadlines, have higher expectations than other people have of you. So let's just think about breaking the bonds that are entangling us. So yeah, I mean, I'm thinking this is a positive thing. And again, though I said, tell me about them, it's tell me about the situation, including us. And so this is saying that we will be able to break this. We'll be able to break this. It's unconstitutional. And, the fact that SCOTUS refused to hear it is infuriating because it is unconstitutional. This is exactly the kind of thing that SCOTUS should be hearing. However, with this conservative court, it goes both ways, doesn't it? They could have heard it and used it as an excuse to strike down Roe v. Wade. Then again, it is blatantly unconstitutional, and they are signaling that they're not going to get in the way of these repressive, woman-hating laws. But this is telling us that we will be able to break these bonds. We will be able to break these laws. So that's a good thing. We've got handshake, lilies, dog, and heron. Nothing there. Clover, coffin, trees, stars. Crayfish, horseshoe, forest, and bridge. Nothing there. Demons, rooster, bread, and child. Nothing there. Where was the lady? A couple rows up, apparently. We have moon, coffin, bear, and lady. Nothing there. Apple, heron. 17. This is a middle period of influence. It's about new beginnings and change. And it's funny, as I'm working more with Lenormands personally, now I'm really getting this deck a whole lot more. This is going that way, a change in relations with friends. This can either mean you'll renew your friendship or that you'll drift apart. In either case, it's usually due to external circumstances over which you have no control. All right, so this is going to further divide us. We've been otherwise occupied in this country with a pandemic, with a messy end to a forever war that needed to be ended, with the insurrectionists and all this bullshit, but mostly with pandemic. And now we're getting back to the good old problems that we have in this country. And, abortion and gun violence, women's autonomy and gun violence. It's not abortion. It's women's autonomy that's the issue. It's autonomy, plain and simple. So this is going to further divide us. It's going to bust up friendships and bust up families. And we've been through this a whole bunch lately. And here we have ring, which is also right side up, and we've got no match up there. So period of influence is middle, relationship between two people. It symbolizes the union of two people in a marriage or agreement, a wedding or an agreement. And what I'm seeing this as in the context of the reading is the relationship between two partners, two committed partners, and the relationship between a woman and her doctor. This is a relationship that should be ironclad and not impinged upon by any externals like this law. And so this is also getting in the way of that agreement with a woman and her doctor, because doctors are going to be afraid to say anything. Oh, and then we've got an anchor. So that one, we had lots of pictures coming out at the end here. 35. Anchor, middle, stability or hindrance. And this is upside down. Your mistake will be difficult to correct. The picture tells you you've made a mistake or used poor judgment. You have put down your anchor in the wrong place. You'll probably suffer some loss or disappointment. Having made a mistake, admit it to yourself or anyone else involved. Take the loss and go on with your life. If you want to correct your mistake, you can, but it will be difficult to do. Sometimes by admitting we were wrong, we were already correcting the mistake. Well, yeah, they made a big-ass mistake. And I can only hope that it will lose them supporters. And I mean, this is such a blatantly political move, and it's not even, this is the thing that really pisses me off, it's not even that these legislators really care, because their women will be able to get care whatever, they'll be able to get around the rules. But it's a blatant publicity stunt to get their base riled up and behind them. This is what they needed to do to refire the base after people have been abandoning them over the pandemic and over Trump. That's what I'm getting. So it's a mistake that's going to be difficult to walk back and difficult to correct. All right, we have fish. Look at this. We had a chain of pictures. And there's no match up there, so fish. And guess what this means? Material and or spiritual fortune. And looky, it's right side up. Fortune, especially on the sea. Okay, so it can talk about making money literally over the water. Literally by, things overseas. It could be looking at water as an emotional thing, or the spiritual, that flow. But there's money certainly being made here. Whatever you have undertaken will flow easily. You have a chance at making a great contribution to the world. Fortune awaits you, not necessarily in the monetary sense, but in self-satisfaction you'll get from knowing you've done your best. Wow. So there's an ease and flow. Do what you've been wanting to do and you'll be successful. Yikes. I'm not sure. If you have an idea what this is talking about, please put it down below. It certainly talks about money being made. That somebody, so I think that's it. So let's kind of forget the water part and just say that this is talking about financial prosperity, money being made. And so it's saying that there is money that's going to be made. I would love to know who's going to be paying out all this money. So this is where the information needs to come forth from that sun, is revealing who's behind this, who's putting money into this. And I mean, literally talking about foreign money. I wonder if there's foreign money going into this. We need to know where the source of these $10,000 payouts is going to come from. And, it also remains to be seen if those payouts will actually happen at all. So, all right, let's look at the other four. House, The right step will bring you success. How do you know what the right step is? The answer's within you. It's an instinct. Okay. The right step will bring success. All right, well, I'm not going to go any further into that. Because it's like success for who? And I guess the success, again, it's about the 2024 election. It really is. And it's about the midterms as well. I mean, the Texas legislature has been a hotbed of bullshit in the last, several months. So, I mean, it's always been a hotbed of bullshit, but it's been really bad recently. All right, I'm just going to leave that. And then let's look at crayfish. Short to life, learning to cope with fate. Having made too bold a step, you'll back off. All right, so there's things talking about taking the right steps will bring success, but then this is saying you take too bold a step and you have to back off. And the anchor was saying a mistake is not easily corrected. So I think this is going to carry some weight going forward, that they're not going to make the correct steps. But, the bad steps they make, they're just going to have to try to walk it back. There's really a lot of ambiguity here, because this is saying take the right steps and you have success. This is saying you've taken a wrong step and you're going to have to back off. All right. And then we have the scales. Here comes justice. Your happiness depends on the decision you make. So it's about justice and balance. It's short to life. If you make the correct decision, you will be happy. If you keep in mind this picture stands for justice, your decision will be easier to make. And in today's society, where moral values are being attacked all the time, our leaders show weaknesses, and we see greed and injustice rewarded, it becomes somewhat difficult to know what is good and what is evil. Yet there's an intrinsic part of you that knows the difference and can guide you in all circumstances. So this is the call to be on the right side of humanity and history. And the right side is, but this is also an argument that's been going on for a hell of a long time. Way back in the early days of Christianity, the church fathers got together, the celibate fathers got together to argue over and decide whether women even had souls. That was an argument that went on in the early church, folks. Do women really have souls? And they were arguing, this was a big question, because they really didn't know whether their mothers had souls. And here we are with laws that pretty much should just be called women are not people laws, So I think that this is the call to be on the right side and do whatever you can. This is this is everyone's fight. And I'm calling on the men here to not just, women are saying, if you don't have a uterus, shut the fuck up. No, don't shut the fuck up. Say what we're saying. What she said. Listen to what she said, and putting those arguments out and taking our part for us. If you believe that we're human and have souls, it would be greatly appreciated. So it also acknowledges that a whole lot of people are on the very, very wrong side of justice. Stop that, camera. So, interesting. Very, very interesting. We're in dangerous times. This law is a law of violence against women. They're finding new and ingenious ways to violate us all the time, And I go back to Lysistrata. I think if all of women could band together and pull a Lysistrata on their asses, we might get somewhere. But, obviously there are women that are also as deluded. And really, the rotten thing is the people writing these laws don't believe in this shit. They don't. They just are making political moves. And it is so fucking harmful. And I wish their karma come and that right swiftly. That right early. What's the quote? God's justice comes and that right early. Well, I prayed that it come to them right early. Goddess's justice and the justice of Kali Ma. So anyway, thanks for hanging out with me, and I'm going to be doing a lot more of these readings going forward. So until I see you next time, this is Luna. Blessed be.